Hey guys, I'm Dina. This is Creative Minds Homeschool. Welcome back to my channel. In this little corner is Miss Aaliyah. She's reading books on the floor. And today I'm going to do a year in review video for you. Even though technically our school year is not done, it's close enough. So I can give you an idea. Oh, let's see what the hair is doing in here. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. I did get a haircut and I'm loving it. No more baggy blanket on my head. So I'm just going to jump right in. This is going to cover our first grade little ones and our third graders. So here we go. All right, so I will start off with our morning subjects, which included like a group circle time that we did Bible during, handwriting. They alternated handwriting and phonics and writing. So the girls used this writing with diligence, and they're still making their way through it. This is practicing manuscript. So that's what that looks like. And they did fine with this. They really love handwriting, so I don't have too much of a complaint with them. Everett doesn't so much love that, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then they alternated the Explode the Code books, which she just started this one. She already made it through one of them. Looks like she answered the questions on this. This is funny. She answered beyond just yes or no. She answered that. But this is the 2.5 book. So that was hers. So she did, on that, when they did phonics, they also did their little daily writing book. Which has been okay. The girls, like I said, the girls like doing these. Everett, not so much. So he is a reluctant writer for sure. So, but they did those well. So I don't know that we're going to continue doing any of this next year. I'm kind of feeling like at this point, Explode the Code is just kind of an extra busy work that we don't need. I want to streamline our homeschool and get rid of any and all workbooks that we don't absolutely need to have going. And because they do it more independently, you know, last year I tried to teach them all together and actually teach what they're doing. This year I didn't, just because of time sake. So it makes a difference in what they understand from what they're getting out of it. And if they're not going to well, I mean, I feel like on one level they understand, but I don't see a lot of carryover with it. Just because I'm not taking that time to teach them. So why not just, instead of have a workbook, go to actually teaching them? Hey, there's a thought. So I'll follow that up in a minute. We are on Horizons Math Book 2. If I was writing this curriculum for a homeschool group, I would make much less problems in the book. Hang on, gotta turn on the fan. It's hot in here. Yeah, this is probably geared toward classroom, I guess. I don't know. But it's just a lot of problems. The girls do great with it. But still, sometimes I open their book and I'm just like, man, that's a lot today. You know, like, you know, it's a lot. They do it. Most days they do it and they're happy to do it. They're excited. I just know if it was me, I would be like, again? Yuck. And that's pretty much how Everett was and still is. So I tend to cut down his work a lot and always have since this level. The girls didn't need me to so much, which is a good thing. We are on lesson 122. We are probably not going to make it to the end of this book by the time we're done with school. So, my plan for that is just to pick it up in the next one. I think it will review enough, and because we're doing year-round homeschooling, we're not going to lose anything. We're going to have a 3-week break between this year and next year. So, not enough time to forget anything. So, we're just going to get where we get to, and on the last day of school, we're going to be done. So, I have a love-hate with Horizons. I feel like preparation-wise and knowledge-wise, they learn a tremendous amount, and I like the spiral approach. though sometimes I question, not for my first graders, but for my third graders, sometimes I question whether or not that's the right approach for him, but I see growth all the time with him in this subject area and with them. Okay, we'll keep going. We have done some of this book. I kind of found that some of the character traits they had in here didn't line up with the character traits I felt like we needed to be learning at this time. So we will keep using this in the years to come, I feel like, because they do love the stories. I mean, we did several of them, you know, and we could do with a few more. So we will keep this going next year. I also added recently the 1 year book of devotions for kids. 1 year book of devotions for kids. Yes, that's what it says. I like these because they have that. Well, it goes by date, so it's like an open-ended May 30th of any year. They have a memory verse. It's like a focus verse, and it just gives really good stories about. Like this one was about kind of like bullying, I guess you could say. And the little kid in the situation, he had a friend that was like pressuring him to exclude a kiddo that kind of had some special issues going on, and he knew in his heart that that wasn't right. And I just love that story, and so we're going to keep going with this next year. But we have learned several hymns this year, and we will continue that next year. You know, we did Victory in Jesus, Power in the Blood, just old good songs that are like powerful in, you know, the word or whatever you want to say. So we like that. So we will keep using that next year. Ooh, I'm banging the table. Part of our afternoon circle time was 5 in a row, and we are going to kind of put to rest 5 in a row at the end of this year. Somehow, I don't know if I just got burned out, just maybe adding a baby did this to my brain, I don't know. But I just found that it became a lot more work for me to try to push us through 5 in a row. We just kind of fell off the wagon with it. We ended up supplementing with this third grade Abeka history reader. We've read a lot of this book. We're almost done. We will finish this before the year's over, hopefully. We are on, I think we just read about Booker T. Washington. We're about to read about George Washington Carver. We've made it through a bunch of this. A lot of times we would supplement with other books that kind of went along with who we were learning about, or videos that we found. So we've enjoyed this. Everett is a history buff, big time. So he is like, read one more page. And I love to leave, I love to just leave it, like we don't always make it through a whole chapter, but I'd love to leave it with them going, oh, we want to hear the rest. I'm like, oh, tomorrow. You know, it just keeps them wanting to hear more, and I love that. So we've used this a lot, and we have enjoyed this reader. So let's see. 5 in a row, we did several of the volume 2 stories. We enjoy the stories a lot. I just feel like I didn't do so well as far as teaching them. We could have gotten a lot more out of it this year, and I just couldn't do it. So we are going to be switching. So be looking for my next video. Will be all about what we're going to use next semester. This is Everett's Explode the Code. Like I said, they're doing their own. He is a lot less into this than the girls are. The girls love Explode the Code. They love doing it on their own and whatever. I'm just like forcing him to do this, and he does not enjoy it, and it's often very messy, and he skips pages, case in point. So we're gonna scrap it. We're gonna do something different next year with him. Probably will be like free writing, creative writing, that kind of thing with him. I think we're gonna try. When I say I'm forcing him to do it, I'm really turning my head when he's not doing it, and when he's doing handwriting days in a row instead of doing phonics and writing, I'm just kind of turning my head and ignoring that. So it's not like I'm forcing him to do it. You know, every now and then I'll be like, Everett, it's a phonics and writing day, buddy, you know. But in general, I'm just letting it go. I feel like he's growing and getting those things in other ways, so I'm not stressing about it, and I'm trying not to stress him about it. So keeping the peace. Different, because it's just not, it's not doing what it needs to do. And like I said, I'm not teaching them, so it becomes more of a busy work thing, and that child does not do busy work. He can smell busy work a mile away and like, no. So that was his, and he also has a writing book, which is hidden. I'm sure it's hidden somewhere in those drawers. It's not where it should be, and that's typically how these two work. He has loved the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, which for him, the fact, I mean, wow. I'm impressed with that. I just saw that for the first time. I'm impressed with that just because that child does not like the color, but look at that. He did a really good, wow, I'm impressed with him. Like, I haven't looked at this recently. I have not loved this handwriting curriculum, and I will tell you a few reasons why. I do love the coloring and the drawing, just because I think, I know me, if I was a child, I would have loved that. That's the kind of kiddo I was. I would have been all about that. What I have not loved is a lot of tracing. A lot of tracing. I am not a fan of tracing, and I'll tell you why. To me, tracing, it shows you a line that needs to be filled in. It does not show you how. It is not leading you through the steps. And I feel like for him, there are many ways to cover up a line, and I don't think he always does them the way he needs to. So we are going to use something different for handwriting next year. Though he loves this, he wants to keep on with this, but I don't think it's serving him very well. I also don't like, if you notice, see there's like an extra bubble right here. I do not like extra bubbles in cursive. I'm like, cursive is bubbly enough and has enough stuff going on with it. Why add bubbles? So I did not love that about it. Like I said, I do love the drawing and coloring stuff, but you see he skipped it. So skip the coloring part again. So, you know, it's kind of, he's hit or miss. I don't know. There's just a lot. This has not been my favorite. He loves it though, like I said. I mean, he loves this stuff. Look at this. He loves the drawing parts a lot. Especially when they'll just say, draw your own whatever. You know, he loves that part. Or it'll say, pick what you want to draw, and he'll do it. So what I'm thinking for next year, so like these pages, he absolutely loves these. He had me actually print extras so he could color. This is his math. He is on lesson 125, 127. Oh, somehow he is like 2 or 3 lessons, or several lessons ahead of the girls. I don't know how that worked out. He loves me. Oh, I love finding notes in their books. Both pages. Oh, look at this. I love you, mommy. I love you, mommy. That is so sweet. He, like I said, math is not his favorite. It has a lot of busy work that is not his favorite, but he is growing in math. I feel like he's getting a lot of the skills he needs. And then the last thing I have to show you is the dreaded, half of y'all dread it and half of y'all love it. You know, it's like a love or hate on this YouTube thing, I've noticed with this curriculum. I have to say, for us, we've loved it. And I also have to say, don't knock it till you try it, because it's not for everyone, I'm sure. But for us, the growth I have seen in my kids has been amazing. I'm constantly finding them reading books on their own. I have been amazed at the growth I've seen with them. And the girls kind of, they started off with this, I guess you could say, after Hooked on Phonics. Hooked on Phonics is what got them reading. This has been amazing for them. I mean, I can't say enough good things. I like the format. I think I like the format because it's kind of changed up and different almost every time. You know, so you don't get the chance to get bored with it. It just, there's different stuff all the time. I love the artwork in it, all the things. So we are on we are almost done with this. I don't know that we're gonna make it through by the end of the year, but we will just keep going until we do. So we're on lesson 80 of, I think there's like 92 lessons or something in here. I have loved the book lists that they have available. That's basically good and beautiful books. It's books that you don't have to worry about bad language or just dark themes or anything like that. I've been ordering several books off of the recommendations that they have. Like we ordered Princess in Black, and my girls have devoured that series. We just got in The Littles, which is a series of books, and they're enjoying those. I also had shown you in a previous video the Bibles. I got the girls the Keepsake Coloring Bible and Everett the Action Bible, which is like a comic book Bible. They're devouring those, and I've been so pleased. So that's kind of like all of what we've done, the good and the bad, our year in review. This video got really a lot longer than I planned, and I'm sorry. But that is all, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, feel free to give it some love, and I'll see you in the next one.